Finally, after more than 3 years of waiting, this might be it for Shiba Inu owners. A highly regarded expert has recently published a technical chart analysis that has the potential to shake up the whole cryptocurrency market. No longer is it mere conjecture. This information is based on statistics and charts that suggest a possible breakout. And the most thrilling part? Shiba Inu is about to eliminate a zero, according to the signals. I agree absolutely. A higher price range for Shiba Inus is looking more and more like a realistic option, fulfilling a long-held ambition. This time the numbers are adding up, so if you think it's all hype, you'd be wrong. Important notice, financial advice is not being provided as usual. However, we cannot afford to disregard the evidence that is about to be discussed. With a surge of 7.37 trillion tokens, the volume of Shiba Inu transactions reached a new weekly high in the last 24 hours. Things like that don't happen every Tuesday. There has always been a big price change either upwards or downwards, following this type of on-chain volume spike. But with everything else happening, it seems like we're firmly committed to one path. Stand up. Currently, the Shiba Inu price is resting on a crucial support level that has been providing price stability for the past few weeks. Whenever the price has fallen within this zone, it has promptly recovered and risen again. The fact that it coincides with an established upward trend only adds to the level's importance. Collaborative support from two levels. That is forceful, not merely strong. However, support zones aren't merely there to keep people safe. Pressure is generated when they are paired with surges in volume and increased user activity. Under such intense pressure, a compromise is inevitable. Things are about to get interesting from this point forward. The Shibarium Layer 2 solution, which was developed for the Shiba Inu, is quietly resurfacing. A whopping 115% increase in daily network transactions has been recorded. That is more than a minor bump. That's a meteoric rise in user engagement, additional projects, more adoption, and more activity. When attempting to ascertain whether a project have genuine long-term momentum, these are the precise signals that should be observed. Shiba Inus also possess it. What exactly does this mean? Tell me what a volume spike is. Solid foundation, robust Shibarium growth, and it heralds the beginning of a monumental event. However, I propose we go even beyond. Bitfinity, an analyst with TradingView, has just found something that might completely debunk everything. Their research indicates that Shiba Inus are rapidly approaching the peak of a symmetrical triangular pattern that has persisted for several years. Since the Shiba Inu reached its peak in late 2021, this pattern has been subtly developing on the chart. There has been a tightening of the price range between steadily declining highs and support for almost 3 years. Consider the compression of a spring as an analogy. Although Shiba Inu was consistently pushed back whenever it attempted to rally, it was unable to break below that fundamental support. That spring is now nearly compressed to its maximum length. It's getting close to the end. Things become dicey at that point. The breakout starts at that point. In an instant, the chronological order of events begins to coincide with the historical pattern. Do you recall the infamous 2021 real estate bubble? The one that made Shiba famous all over the world. It has been around 3 years since that occurred. After 3 years, this triangle is finally coming to a close. This feels like more than just a coincidence. Everything seems to be setting up for another dramatic recurrence in history. Here we go again with the numbers. At the moment, Shiba Inu is vacillating between 412. After a decline on May 6th, there was an uptick on May 7th. That was only the quiet before the storm. Nothing major, but now we know. 405 appears to be the first breakout goal according to Bitfinity's chart. That is the initial barrier that TSIB must overcome. However, the ultimate objective, the most important one, is that Section 301, level with zero eliminated, neat and tidy. Additionally, a gain of 733% would be achieved by reaching 301 from the current levels. Such a shift would certainly grab people's attention. A change like that has the potential to make hundreds of people rich, and I'm not even kidding about the Shiba Inu part. But the details aren't the only thing here. Underneath, something considerably more basic is taking place. Increases in the number of Shiba Inu wallets holding for the long term have been shown by new on-chain data. We're talking at least a year here. At the same time, short-term traders are slowly pulling out of the market, which is causing price volatility. A fundamental change has occurred. What this means is that Shiba Inus are finding new homes with people who are committed to the breed's future. Less money changers, more believers. What follows the occurrence of such change, though? more stability, less panic selling, and stronger support zones. Additionally, it is better able to retain gains as the market begins to move. Climbing to higher levels of resistance becomes simpler as the floor grows higher. The mood of the market is changing as well. Shiba Inu has maintained its value even during times of market decline. CoinGlass charts reveal that short sellers were consistently unsuccessful in their attempts to lower the price. There are powerful players in the market if that happens. There has been a gradual shift in sentiment among traders, and open interest is now on the rise. We are approaching positive funding rates. All of these things point to a change in attitude, or a boost in confidence, which frequently precedes a serious effort. Now we get to the thrilling part. The idea that Shiba Inus may soon be able to shed a digit is gaining traction. Moving from 5 to 4 decimal points is what that signifies. A lot of people see this as more than simply a statistic. This is a watershed moment for the Shiba Inu army. It's a psychological barrier, a milestone. With the present chart configuration, network strength, growth of long-term holders and historical trends, it's beginning to feel more like a reality than a fantasy. The track record of Shiba Inu army provides more evidence of this. Over the last 4 years, Shiba Inu has on average gained 61% in May, according to CryptoRank. It increased by more than 350% in May 2021. No matter how slow a year it was, Shiba Inu army nevertheless managed double-digit returns, 2023 included. I see we've been here before. Now that May is here, finally things are falling into place. Of course, becoming a Shiba Inu millionaire is once again a topic of conversation. Let's dissect it. You would require 10 billion tokens to surpass the $1 million mark if Shiba Inu army wetches. If sepu 100. At today's price, that would be approximately 127 USD. At the current price of $12.00, you would only need 1 billion tokens if sepu army ever achieves 2.1, the number after the 2 zeros. It's challenging. There's no assurance. Still, the numbers add up. Everything is up for grabs. Nothing here is of course guaranteed. Your money is not being advised by this. It involves analyzing data, keeping tabs on momentum, and seeing an inescapable trend. It will be seen in due course whether SHIP fulfills all of these promises. One item though stands out. People at the market are keeping an eye on things. Everything is getting louder. Developers are hard at work. The faithful are clinging. Also, the triangle is getting closer. Is this what you think? Could a Shiba Inu suddenly emerge from hiding and permanently eliminate a zero? Feel free to share your opinions down below. Make your opinion known. Plus, subscribe and enable notifications so you won't miss a single important Shiba Inu update. Because this could be the moment that changes your life forever if you don't seize it now. Make sure everyone sees this video. We need to spread the word and gather the community together. Shiba Inu's next chapter might be around the corner.